Good morning. I'd like to take a few minutes today to tell you about something really exciting. This is a very special year for Grace Street, and we're going to find some ways to celebrate. So this morning I want to talk about what's happening, at least one of the things that's going to happen in 2021. Grace Street United Church has a long history of fellowship, of sharing, of family. There is much that has been celebrated over the years that is associated with the breaking of bread, whether that has been the sharing of the Lord's Supper at the communion table or sharing a meal with family and friends at the dining table. There's a couple pictures here to kind of illustrate that. The one on the left, you see our communion table, our Lord's table, front and center, where it's always been at Grace Street, a place of a great deal of importance for us. And on the right, some folks enjoying food together, one of countless potluck dinners that Grace Street has hosted over the years. We have celebrated communion in many different ways, but the table has always held a prominent place in our worship. I think we're all very familiar with the table, those of us who are members of Grace Street. And the picture on the left, you see that table in front of the choir, and I believe that picture was taken in 1951. And we have celebrated each other at the table as well, from fancy teas to hot dogs at a church picnic, from pancake breakfast to beef dinner, from a chili cook-off to Super Sunday, from a meal together to a meat pie fundraiser. We have shared many meals at many tables with our Grace Street family. These are just a few examples of folks sharing. The picture on the top left, for those of you who remember, are Charlie and Eve Brando. Mr. Brando was the minister here at Grace Street in the early 60s, and that picture was taken at their farewell tea. The picture on the top right are our friends, Martin and Agnes Olson, celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. And the picture on the bottom are some folks from the Senior Citizens Club of Grace Street United Church celebrating a Christmas meal together. In 1961, the Women's Association of Grace Street United Church shared their favorite recipes in a cookbook. In 1983, the Grace Street United Church Choir also wanted to find a way to share their experiences from the table, and a new cookbook was printed. Now, in 2021, we are preparing for another milestone in the history of Grace Street. Grace Street United Church was formed in 1946 when Talbot Avenue United and Martin Avenue United came together in union. The current building was completed and dedicated in 1951. We have a history of 70 years of shared meals in this church and a celebration of 75 years of good work as Grace Street United. So again, a little bit of history and photos. The picture on the top left is Grace Street United Church as it originally appeared, and then the new building of Grace Street United Church, 1951, on the top right. And of course, the picture on the bottom was taken in 2020, this past Christmas, as Grace Street found new ways, once again, to celebrate during the pandemic. As a part of that celebration of 75 years, we want to share our history. our stories. We want to write them down so that our children will remember them. We want to share them with the community so that others might know what joy we celebrate in our little church home. The newspaper clipping you see on the top was taken at Thanksgiving when one of our Grey Street families, the Coulter family, donated just so much produce from their gardens to help Grey Street celebrate Thanksgiving. And another potluck, another gathering with friends around the table on the bottom picture. Our goal this year is to publish a new book, a book of recipes and stories, to celebrate 75 years of Grey Street United Church. On the top you can see our Grey Street family, including the Sisters of the Holy Rock, preparing, I believe, a rum cake. And on the bottom, the ladies that are in the kitchen helping serve up some salad for one of many, many, many beef dinners that we've had at Grey Street. We are asking for you to be a part of this celebration too. Share your stories, your memories, your recipes. Do you have a special soup that you like to bring on Super Sunday? Is there a favorite Christmas cookie that you would like to share? Or do you have an old family recipe that you would love to see in print? Did you celebrate a special event at Grey Street? Do you have a fond memory of the church or the church family that just needs to be told? Do you find yourself thinking that you remember when? Do you have pictures that you would be willing to share as well? Please let us know. We would love to publish your stories and your recipes. We will do our very best to return any photos to you if you choose to share originals with us. To join us in this exciting step, preparing to celebrate 75 years of Grey Street United Church, send an email to gsuc75anniversary@gmail.com. Thanks for your time.